Okay guys, I'm Victoria. I'm the second affirmative. So what I'm going to be doing is reinstating what our plan is and our 3 claims, and I'm going to be going against some of the things Gil said that the issues he raised against our points. So let's start with how he started out with College Board has options for low-income students and College Board has an app for questions. Well, that goes with our inherency claim that the SAT is an unfair test of students' capabilities because it discriminates against certain students. So first of all, let's see, I'm going to give you guys some numbers. So this is from College Board itself. The SAT costs $45 without the essay and $57 with the essay. To send scores to your schools, it's $12 per test because you get a very generous 9-day window to have them sent for free. So if you took it junior year and you don't know where you're going, you're going to be spending at least $12 per test sending it to all the colleges you want to apply to. Now, he said that there's an app for the questions that you want to answer right then and there, but to get the actual results from the test you took to figure out what you got right and wrong cost $18 to get the question and answer service. So you pay to take this test, you pay to send your scores, and then you have to pay to know what you did right or wrong. So moving on, from Catherine Rambell, who took info taken directly from College Board and used it for statistics, found that there is a direct link, like she had said, between income and SAT scores. So that means that the R-squared for the test average and income range is about 9.95, which I didn't know what that meant, so I looked it up. And that the R-squared is a coefficient of determination, is a statistical measure that basically means how close your data is to another line. And basically the closer you are to 1, the better. So 0.95 is pretty close. So this means that wealthier Americans who can retake this test over and over have a better chance at scoring higher. So Gilbert had said that the options are there for every student to succeed. Not so much. Let's see. White and Asian Americans and those students who have the opportunity to take the PSAT in high school before taking the SAT have found that families with higher income benefit more from the SAT than families with lower incomes. And we can actually see that this is also from College Board, that families earning more than $200,000 a year average combined, pretty much have a combined score of 1,714 compared to families earning under $20,000 per year earn a score about 1,326. Now if you've taken the SAT, that's a 400-point gap. We know that getting anything above a 50-point gap is amazing. So that's a pretty big discrepancy. Moving on, let's see. Students from educated families do better. So typically families that could afford to go to college in the past have a better chance at scoring higher and getting admitted. So let's see, moving on. The SAT started in the 1930s. This is from PBS, they did this research. As a scholarship test for Ivy League schools. It was based off an Army IQ test that was meant to help people who came from more humble backgrounds to get noticed by prestigious schools, but nowadays absolutely everybody can take it, so it's not really helping out people from humble backgrounds anymore. And even within the test, within June 2016, there was some issues about a math question that involved a chart showing that more boys than girls were in math classes overall, and students had to analyze questions about a verbal section that argued that women's place was in the home. So, moving on to, since that was a bit out of order, our significance claim that the new policy would improve students' ability to participate in extracurriculars and focus on regular grades. Gil argued that it would not have an accurate benchmark, but Herman Aguinis, who is a lead author and study of the John F. Mee Chair Management and Professor of Organizational Behavior and Human Resources at Kelley School of Business in Indiana University of Bloomington, records that oh my gosh, I'm sorry, 475,000 students who enrolled in 176 colleges found that the SAT is not guaranteed to predict students' academic performance. And were found that they underpredicted female students' math performances and underpredicted performances in Black and Latino students in the languages department. So that means that the SAT underestimated their abilities. In our admissions process, Jonathan Lash found that reviewing students based on academic capabilities such as essays and writing tests actually lowered their admissions amount because students didn't want to apply because it involved more work. So instead of taking a one-day, one-time test it was actually better off showing students' capabilities, having them write different essays, and actually showing what they've done and what they've achieved. And going on with Jonathan Lash, who's from Hampshire College, once again, their diversity increased to 31% students of color, and which is the most diverse in their history. And let's see what else I have to go over. It's actually a good thing to have colleges spending more time reviewing the data you send in rather than just being like, oh, look, there's some numbers, you don't get in because your numbers aren't so great, compared to actually going over what you accomplished throughout high school. And the National Association for College Admissions Counseling found that it was more accurate to base students off of a four-year progress rather than a one-day, one-time means. So moving on to our significance, this means that the new policy would improve students' ability, oh, I'm sorry, I just went in a circle. Was I insolvency? I was insolvency. Set myself in a circle. Gilbert brought up that Khan Academy offered free classes. That's not entirely true. It's based roughly around $600 to get any type of classes from Khan Academy to actually have them work with you. The only free classes are intro based. And to wrap up, compiled by Neil Christopherson, Office of Institutional Research in America, found that reliance on the SAT undermines a college's ability to judge students on achievements based on general aptitude. So overall, this means that the SAT is not an adequate marker when it comes to basing students and having their admittance into college.